Hi fellow traders, what's happening? I've got a couple days worth of recaps to go through, so not going to waste any time. We're going to jump right on it. But I want to tell you, we all have what it takes to get through. I know it's tough. I know sometimes this can get really frustrating. All we have to do is decide that we want to get through it, and we can make it. At that point, we will decide that we're going to do whatever we need to do in order to make it. And all it takes is just focused work. You focus your work on what you need to do, and you will make it through. This today, this SPY hit. I'm going to round it up. It hit 349.90. I'm going to say it hit 350. And I'm thinking, in my humble opinion, 350 was it. I know the bulls, they've had an incredible run. They've held this market up. They've had all kind of help holding it up. But I just don't see it getting over 350. Now, yeah, it can. I'm surprised we are where we are right now. But it can keep going. This party can keep going. And I don't mind. I can make money with it going up. It doesn't matter. You know, I'm looking for the rollover because I'm a short seller. I can make more money with the market going down than up. So obviously I want that opportunity. But, you know, as day traders, we're trading day to day. So all we need to do is listen to the market, figure out what direction it's telling us it wants to go, and we trade accordingly. That's the bottom line. But you can see big indecision candle up here. We don't know which way it's going to go. I'm saying 350 because, you know, here's the 349.90 where it tapped. We had a little pullback to the 20. It tried again, didn't quite make it. And then we had the big pullback where we actually made a lower day. And, you know, this is what got a lot of people saying, oh, it's coming. But look at what happened. Look at the recovery. Still never got back up to that 350 level, but, you know, this was a hell of a recovery. And it's been holding through aftermarket. I don't know. I'm going to wait and see after the RNC tonight. Is it going to get a bump? Are things going to be said there? Is something going to happen that's going to spike the market tonight? You know, who knows? You know, with what these guys are doing, you have no idea what can be coming next. So, you know, I'm going to strap up, reach over and pull my belts tight, and I'm going to be in the seat for tomorrow, and we'll see what happens. But I'm thinking that 350 was going to be it. So I'm going to be making my plans accordingly in the morning unless something looks a little bit different. All right, so yesterday, we're going to go over yesterday's trades really quick. DKS, this wasn't the first trade I took, but it was an opening range breakdown. I had to wait for it to get below the 50 because if I had shorted it on the break, I'd have been shorting into support. I didn't want to do that, but I did somewhat jump the gun here because the way this is supposed to work, now this was an aggressive move. So I can't blame this trade not working on me, you know, on the market. It's just me being aggressive. What I look for is for a confirmed loss of this level. And a confirmed loss is a candle closing below this and then the next candle making a new low. We didn't get that here. All right, we got this candle closed right on the 50. this candle opened right on the 50 and started to sell. Well, a little FOMO creeped in because I'm thinking, all right, if I sit here and wait, this is going to take up all the trading range and I'm not going to have a trade. So if I get in early, I'm going to have the best opportunity for getting a trade. And, this is what happens. So it dipped down and it started to run back. And technically, this trade never was in play because it never set up. It never completed the setup. So I took it off. I didn't sit there and hold it and wait for my max loss stop. We don't do that. If we could use a technical level to get out of the trade, all of our trades are technical trades. We need to have a technical level that we're basing the trade off of. So if that level gets taken out, then the trade plan is dead. And, in this case, it never did give me a confirmation. So the trade plan was dead. NVAX, this was the first trade I took. Waited about 15 minutes because I needed to get it over the I needed to take it over red to green. Now there's some people that say yesterday's close price is not really a legit support or resistance level. I tend to use it as that. So I waited until we got over that before I bought. And as you can see, I bought it. It made the run up, hit my first target, pulled right back to stop me out at break even, and then it ripped up. Now, yeah, had I bought it here on the break, I would have been in and caught some of this big move. But because I waited, it limited my profit potential. It kind of put me in the stop zone or the volatility zone, and I ended up getting stopped out. It was just bad luck. It's just what it boils down to. It was just bad luck. And I didn't catch this second trade because I had jumped in DKS and missed this move. But I waited for the pullback. It held the 9 right here. And as we started to bounce, once we made a higher high on this candle that held the support here, I got in and then just started taking profit on the way up. My final target was the daily 50, and that's where this target was sitting on. And it did run up 3 more points, but it came right back down and it sold off the rest of the day. But I got the meat of the move, and that's all I'm looking for. I'm not trying to top ticket. I'm not trying to bottom ticket, buying it off the bottom. I'm trying to catch the meat of the move. I'm using my parameters to set me up for catching the meat of the move. And so yesterday turned out to be halfway decent. If I hadn't have lost that $300 on DKS, this would have been a really good day. I would have been able to catch more of this move. So I could have really loaded up. And I'm really excited about the opportunities that this market has given us. We just have to be in the right place at the right time. If we're not, no crying in the milk. We just sit back and wait for the next opportunity, because it will come. And if we are out of the game, if we blew ourselves up because we weren't disciplined, nothing can be done. So yesterday was a pretty good day. 537.09 is what we locked in. Now, today, this wasn't the first trade. This was kind of like a second trade here. I caught DG. Here was the opening range break low here. I waited until we got under the 200. I wanted some clean good opportunity. Hit my first target, kind of bottomed out here, and then went back up and stopped me out at break even, and it never really came back. So I ended up getting the best I could out of this deal. And here was the one that drove me insane. I can't even decipher what the hell I did. There was some accidents to kind of start this off. I shorted here, first trade, ended up getting stopped out. Here was my target. I came within like 10 cents of my target, and it bounced and took me out. But I forgot, I never did take my target off. 200 shares was my first target on this pre-market low, and this candle actually hit and it filled my order. I didn't even realize I was in the trade until it was all the way up here. And once I realized it, I held on for a minute, and then I'm like, no, this thing is in a downtrend. So I just went ahead and took it off. And then once this set up, I went ahead and got short and started taking profit off the table. This was my final target here, and I ended up getting some. I think this was the Bollinger Band on the 60-minute chart is what I saw. And I'm like, well, maybe it's not going to go back past that. But that's where I put my target here. We had a nice little bounce. And I should have known with these wicks to the downside to kind of not really go for this. But I took it anyway, and it ended up backfiring on me. And again, here I am just completely screwing up orders. Completely screwing them up is what happened here. I just couldn't get it right. I just couldn't get right in my head on what I was doing. But finally, I got the orders flow right. I got the order situation right, and I got back in and ended up, getting a nice trend continuation trade. First target was right here, but we had a nice wash, so I was able to grab some extra, a little bit extra on this. We bounced back and held the bottom of this channel a little bit, but then we broke down, and I was able to take some profit here. And I don't know what happened. I didn't have my order out. Was the cardinal sin that I had here. Oh, I did. I had it at 106.35, I think. I think I had it at 106.35. And we didn't quite get there. And I ended up having to take it off here. And then, later on I got it once we got over the 20 and everything over this channel. But it held, and I ended up taking profit there. I had to take it off at the end of the day. And so ended up with $400.53 today. Not bad. I wish this had gone to VWAP. That was the goal. Because I think yesterday, where is it? See, yesterday we went back to VWAP. So I was expecting it. No, we didn't. I'm sorry. My bad. I was looking at the wrong thing. But I was expecting it to pull back to VWAP, and it didn't. So ended up with right at $400 a day. So not bad. Yesterday was a $500 day. Today is $400. And you got to remember, we are trading smaller size. I could be trading 600 to 1,000 shares of this, and be rolling in some dope. But you guys in chat probably would not be able to connect with that. You wouldn't be able to connect with the risk. I mean, even with me risking $300 to $400 a trade, it's still hard for you to fathom that. because if you're dealing with a $3,000 to $5,000 account, it still may be hard for you to risk that. And so that there still may be some disconnect. But I'm trying to make sure I can connect with everybody and that you get a good feeling about, what we're doing and what's going on. All right, so that wraps up the day trading. Yesterday, or is this today? Yeah, this is today. I got this out of line some kind of way. I'm not supposed to be going over today just yet. I'm supposed to be going over yesterday's swing. All right, here we go. This is yesterday's. Okay, DKS. This is the one that we got into going into earnings. And, it gapped up and was able to grab some right up here at 53. I wanted 55. Well, actually, I was looking for 50 these previous days. We never did get it. But it gapped up 51.25 and 51, and then up here around 53.78 we were able to get some. So I kind of pieced out, half I got at 51 on the gap up on earnings, and then 53.78 I got a little bit later on in the day. And so you can see, I think I locked in around 4,000. This is having the 200 shares I got left on there. And then today, ended up closing it out. Early, I got 55. That was the first target. Took some off. I tried to get 57.50, but it started selling pretty hard. And I took some off up here at 56.38. And I had to stop set at 53. And you can see it came all the way back. And right before the market closed, like 15 minutes, it took out 53. So closed out my position, and that was 1648.78. So I'll see. It'll be after midnight, but more than likely first thing in the morning when I see what the total is, and I'll have it put up on the website. You'll see what all of it is added together. So I'm not sure right now what the total profit is, the actual total profit. So that was DKS. DE, this is the one. I closed this out yesterday too, or the day before was yesterday. Yeah, it hit 210 yesterday. And that was the one that I put up. This was the other DKS. These were the charts I posted online. This was a DK. This is the same chart we just looked at. So I lost my DE chart. I had DE, but I lost it. I think I covered up my DE with the DKS chart. But this was the complete trade. This was the one going into earnings. 210 was the final target, and we hit that. So we got the meat of the move. I wasn't trying to top ticket. It did go up, a couple more points, but we locked in $5,300. So not a big deal. I mean, not too shabby. Not a bad deal there. And DKS, like I said, okay, here it is. We added 43.66 yesterday. And then, we added what we had today, which made it 16.48. So we got a nice lick on that too. All of these swing trades we identify on Sunday in our market analysis swing trade watch list. We do talk about a couple that may come up on the scan during the week. But for me, my main watch list starts on Sunday. And we look at the technical setups that I teach, and we look at the earnings. Which ones are coming up with earnings, and which ones do we want to trade up to earnings. Now, not all the time will I hold it through earnings, but if I see a lot of call buying coming in ahead of earnings, that's a telltale sign that everybody's expecting it to go up. That big money is looking for this stock to gap up. Has it been wrong before? Yeah. PANW, I'm still holding out, waiting on what was supposed to happen because I was following the call. But nothing is foolproof. Nothing is foolproof. You guys have seen firsthand, and we talk about these well before we even take the trade. So you're able to see it set up. You're able to see what we look for to enter it and what we look for in terms of our targets. So it's not a foolproof system, but if you have an edge and following, doing your due diligence, and we know what we need to see to trade it up into earnings. And I'm telling you, if I don't see what I want to see, I'm going to kill it, and then I'll trade it after earnings. And we'll go from there. So we talk about, all of that. So that's what you get. So that's going to wrap it up. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. We're going to close this thing out tomorrow. Like I said, I mean, who knows? I mean, before midnight, this thing might rocket past 350. I don't know. I personally think that's it, but who knows? That's what makes this job interesting. So we'll be at this thing first thing in the morning, and we'll see you then.